who do you think who's responsible for teaching these kids these things? Because how I see it now, there's a lot of parents who rely on the teachers.
I think it's
at the home. Yeah.
I think it's community. Like, I think what I've learned, especially having my brother, like what I want for my kids, that's what I've learned. Not, I definitely have not been perfect on this journey of being like a carer and stuff. I've had to learn. Like, I was like 20 when I took him, so I was a little kid myself. Yeah. But it's like, I've learned community is the most important thing. Growing up in a house that like had domestic abuse, you didn't have a community. Like that what was happening in your home, that was what's happening. Like, your mum might have one friend that she talks to, maybe you might go there once in a while, but you wasn't like out just, you know, your mum's socialising and she's showing you how to talk to people and she's showing you how to order food at a restaurant. It wasn't like that, so I missed out on a lot of experiences through like that experience at home. And I think a lot of kids, like, if they are not shown, I don't know what the words were, kind of what I was gonna say. But yeah, I think a lot of what kids see and do will obviously result in what they also see and do. But if you have a community around you, let's say the child acts out badly, and you've got, I don't know, cousins, uncles, your dad's friends, X, Y, Z, doesn't just have to be men, but for the nature of it, I'm mentioning men, and they can come to you and say, what's up? Like, what's on a man-to-man level? Like, just as much as we say be a man, you can also have a man-to-man level where it's like a certain level of responsibility and accountability comes into play. Because when I hear the word man, that's what I think of. I don't associate it with man up. Like you say, I associate it with much to do with vulnerability, 100%. Like, if a man can tell me, like, you know what? I felt so upset by boom, boom, boom. It's an attractive thing. It's even attractive as a woman because I can understand you better and now we can communicate better. Now I can do the same, etc. But it's like, I think the community around them has to teach them that it's okay and that it's all right. And I've learned through, like, because I've worked with I work with kids that are very privileged and well off. And I've seen that is what they have set up. Like, there's people all around them in different parts. You're not supposed to have, like, you know how different people have different skills? That's why you need a community. Because one person might be a listener. One person might be able to advise you. One person might be practical. One person, X, Y, Z. But all of these things, like you saying about a toolbox, that's a toolbox of people. And if you've got a toolbox of people around you, you're going to go to the right place just when you need to. And I think that's one of the most important things, is having different people with different skills so that when those times come up, you can be like, boom. At certain times, I wouldn't go to my mum because my mum's very reactive. So like talking to my auntie was much more rational. That made sense for me. Likewise, with my little brothers, they also know she can be quite dramatic. So like, it would be things like parents' evening, they'd ask me to come. And it sounds bad, because obviously that's my mum's place, but they'd literally be like, can you come and talk to my... Because the approach I had was just different, and it's not... And when she used to be upset with me about things like that, like, oh, he invited you, I didn't even know she didn't know, for example, but she'd get mad at me, like, that I had attended and she hadn't. I'd explain to her, like, literally, you're reactive. This is how you are. And if your child feels more comfortable because you are doing certain things that are boom, 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 then that's, like, I'm happy that he can come to me, innit? Like, you might not be happy, but I'm happy that he's able to find a place where it's like, he didn't just not go to parents' evening and no one knows what's happening in his life. He just picked the right person that he felt like at the time should be there. And that's kind of how I found the balance with my brother that I look after. We have a balance. Like, now it's much better. Like, my mum's a mum. She has that nurturing, that loving, that compassion. Like, I'm quite straight up. I'm quite real about life. So I'll be teaching him a lot about these consequences. Yeah, of course. But what we found is that when, you know, he's upset and sad, he only goes to her. He doesn't go to me because he knows that that's not where his emotional support is best kept. Like, it's not, I'm not the best person for the job. I can do it, I can be there for you, but it's going to be in a different nature. But when something serious happens in his life, if he gets arrested, if this happens, if something bad, like, I'm the first person he runs to. He would never tell my mum that information. Do you get what I mean? So through that, he's found a balance, and he's, emotionally, he's much more better off, like, completely. But I think that's what it is, like, giving people that community of people around them with a range of, we're all unique. So it's not even about acquiring a range of skills, it's just being as unique as you are and people finding what is unique to you. And I think that's what it is, really.
I was going to add to that. I think that's really important because So I let him, his mum, that's now my auntie, Patrick behind the camera. His mum's my auntie, but we're growing up like that, innit?
Yeah, exactly.
Any of their mums could see me, and if I was acting up, listen, they'll put me in my place, let me know, listen, you shouldn't be doing that. And do you get what I'm saying? You listen to that and you think, you know what, it's true, aunties told me that, let me listen. And I think that's what helped me growing up, having different people that could kind of just speak to me and advise me at different points of my life. Do you get what I'm saying? So definitely I agree with that. I think that's
true, but yeah, it's true. But do you feel that now our generation, we've kind of caused that division now between us and the youth? Because back in the day, it's like you said, if my mom saw you do something, she can address you.
Yeah,
but now I feel like our generation, we can't even address these youth no more because their mentality now is that they got so much anger inside of them. Because I just feel that how it is for them growing up now, with the system now, there's so much things against them. So their anger is so built up that even for me to try to speak to someone who's like a youth younger than me, I have to first of all gain that trust. I have to gain that trust before then I can see what is affecting him. Because a lot of these kids now, when I try to talk to them, and the other day I came to my area, and then I saw these kids, they were outside, I think they was trying to steal something from a car. So I said, can I speak to you? And I said, what is it you want in that car? Like, what is it you want? What is it you're trying to get? The guy said he wanted to take a sat-nav or something like that. So I said, so you're gonna smash somebody's car for a sat-nav, and then what do you want to do with the sat-nav? Keep it? He said, no, it's to sell it and get money. So I said to the guy, if I give you the money, potentially how much do you think you're gonna get for this nav? He said, probably £50. I said, if I give you £50, will that stop you from smashing the car? He said, no. And I said, so, it's not money. Money was not the issue. It's the fact that you had anger inside of you, and that is a way you would take out your anger by vandalizing or doing something. I said, do you understand the emotional? You don't understand what the owner is going through.
Yeah.
You might smash that person's car. That person can't use their car to go to work tomorrow.
That comes back to your thing about consequences as well.
Yeah, exactly. So I said, then when I explained it to him, I said, so sometimes we have to think about our actions, what our actions can do to other people. I said, you damage that person's car, that person has then got to find money to pay to fix that window. On top of that, still pay money to get the nav.
I think we live in a world as well now that is very much, I can have it now.
Yeah.
You know, we talk about social media before we come on the podcast and how we see everybody's show reel of life and celebrities and influencers and it looks like, oh, we've just got it. So a young person who may not be growing up with money and maybe not have a lot of food on the table or whatever it might be, if they're being influenced by all this stuff, all this stimulation, all the time, you can have this today, you can have this tomorrow, you can have this, there's no incentive anymore to work for it, to earn it. It's like I can have it today and I can get rid of it tomorrow. Everything is disposable, right? Yeah. And I think that also adds to this. If we're not careful, well, if material things are disposable, then am I disposable too? Because I think there's another thing about mental health and what we're talking about communities, is this deep-seated loneliness that we're not talking about either. Like young people, as much as old people, are experiencing deep, deep loneliness. And we're living in this digital age where we're so much more connected around the world, but we're disconnected in our own communities.